Now, the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv has temporarily shut after receiving a warning of a potential significant air attack. Washington also urged Americans in Ukrainian capital to be prepared to take shelter in the event of an air alert. Air raid sirens rang across Kyiv earlier today as Ukraine said its defense units repelled a Russian air attack on the city. Multiple blasts were heard, but no casualties or damage have been reported. There's been growing concern of a major Russian retaliation after Ukraine launched long-range missiles provided by the U.S. into Russian territory for the first time. Moscow says it intercepted 5 of the 6 U.S.-supplied ATACMS missiles. In addition to those missiles, the Biden administration has reportedly approved anti-personnel landmines for Ukraine to use only in its territory. But the move has garnered some heat from a global anti-landmine group. These landmines have been described as non-persistent, meaning they will self-destruct or lose battery charge and become inactive within days or weeks. It is expected to reduce danger to civilians. Arm control experts, however, warn that there are still risks, as such mines require complicated cleanup efforts and are not always reliably deactivated. On the current situation on the ground, South Korea's spy agency says North Korean troops deployed to Russia have participated in combat alongside Moscow's airborne brigade and marine units. Almost 11,000 North Korean soldiers have reportedly been deployed to Russia's western Kursk region. Well, let's go straight to Megumi Lim, who joins us live from Kyiv. Megumi, we hear that more embassies in Kyiv also shutting for the day. What's the atmosphere been like on the ground after those fresh Russian strikes?
There's definitely a greater sense, a heightened sense of danger here in the capital. I myself is right now at a bomb shelter. Just earlier, air raid sirens rang out again in the capital, warning of a significant attack. There were also information circulating on Telegram channels of a significant attack that could potentially take place at 2:30 local time. But just a few minutes ago, this air raid alert lifted, and then we saw information circulating on these same channels saying that Russia is conducting a disinformation campaign to scare residents here in Kyiv and also nationwide in Ukraine of these possible attacks, and authorities are warning residents here to detect whether or not these information is true or false, and to make sure that they are looking at official websites and official Telegram channels. Now, this heightened sense of danger comes, as you said, reportedly Ukraine used for the first time U.S. supplied ATACMS missiles against Russia's Bryansk region, reportedly hitting an ammunition depot in Russia's Bryansk region. And so, as you said, several embassies here have closed. The U.S. embassy, Spanish, Italian, and Greek embassies have closed here temporarily, just in case these potential attacks do take place.
Megumi, there's been talk of another U.S. military aid package for Ukraine. What more do we know about that?
That's right. According to media reports, the Pentagon is preparing to send $275 million worth of weapons to Ukraine. The Biden administration is really rushing to get as much aid to Kyiv before President-elect Donald Trump takes over the White House. This aid obviously comes at a crucial time. The war seems to be escalating, especially as Washington has given Kyiv the green light to use American weapons inside Russia. But also we're seeing reports, as you mentioned earlier, North Korean troops joining the fight alongside Russian forces. Some reports are saying that as many as 100,000 North Korean soldiers could, in the future, be joining Russia's war in Ukraine. And at the same time, Russian forces are also advancing in Ukraine's eastern region. That is why Washington has also greenlit the provision of anti-personnel mines to be sent to Ukraine. This is very controversial. Many countries have signed the anti-personnel mine ban. The US and Russia are not signatories to this convention, but Moscow has been using all sorts of mines inside Ukraine since the full-scale invasion began, which has hampered Ukraine's advance and counteroffensive. And so Washington, for this reason, has greenlit this provision to Ukraine of anti-personnel mines.
All right, many thanks for that. Megumi Lim reporting live to us from Kyiv.